Amara did not leave God in one dramatic moment. It was quieter than that, almost polite. She simply stopped. Stopped praying. Stopped going to church. Stopped believing that any of it was doing anything. At first, she told herself she was just tired. Life had been unfair in ways that sermons never seemed to explain properly. Her father died after years of faithful service. Her business failed despite prayer and fasting. Friends who cut corners were the ones prospering. She began to wonder if faith was just a story people told themselves so they could sleep at night. "Let me face life by myself," she said one evening, removing the small Bible from her bedside drawer and placing it inside a box. Not angrily, just done. And for a while, it felt freeing. No expectations, no disappointments, no waiting on God. Just her strength, and her plans. The next few years moved quickly. Amara worked harder than ever. She built a new career, made bold decisions, trusted logic instead of prayer. Outwardly, things improved. She earned more. She traveled. She laughed louder. But something followed her. Not guilt, not fear. A quiet emptiness she could never fully silence. There were moments, small ones, when it crept in. Like when she achieved something big and had no one to thank. Or when life slowed down at night and the silence felt too heavy. Or when she passed a church and instinctively slowed her steps before correcting herself and walking faster. "I'm fine," she would whisper. But she never really was. Then life did what life often does. It interrupted her carefully constructed independence. Her mother fell seriously ill. Suddenly, the strong, self-sufficient Amara found herself sitting in a hospital corridor that smelled of antiseptic and helplessness. Doctors spoke in cautious tones. Bills piled up. Sleep disappeared. Control, the one thing she trusted, was gone. One night, exhausted, she sat by the window as rain struck the glass in restless waves. She had done everything she knew to do, and it wasn't enough. For the first time in years, she didn't have answers. Only questions. And pain. Her hands trembled. She didn't even realize what she was doing until the words escaped her lips. "God, if you're still there," she stopped. It felt strange. Foreign. But also familiar. Like speaking a language she had not used in years. "I don't even know how to talk to you anymore," she whispered. "But I can't carry this alone." There was no thunder. No dramatic sign. Just a quiet presence. Not one that accused her. Not one that reminded her how far she had wandered. Just mercy. Amara expected to feel shame. Instead, she felt relief. It slowly dawned on her that God had not left when she walked away. He had not withdrawn his care. He had not waited to say, "Now you know better." He had simply waited. Like a father watching the road. Like a shepherd who never stops counting. Like love that refuses to expire. All those years she thought she had abandoned faith. But she had never outrun grace. Her life did not magically become easy. Her mother's recovery was slow. Challenges remained. Questions did not disappear overnight. But something changed inside her. She stopped trying to be her own source of strength. She prayed again. Not perfectly. Not with fancy words. Sometimes just a sentence. Sometimes just, "Help me today." And that was enough. Because God had never been looking for performance. Only her heart. We often imagine that when we walk away from God, He walks away too. But mercy does not operate like human relationships. God does not chase us with condemnation. He follows us with patience. He waits through our silence. He remains through our doubts. And when life finally humbles us enough to turn back, we discover something shocking. He was there all along. Not angry, not distant, just waiting to welcome us home.